How you want to become charismatic? When you want to speak like a CEO, you need to have charisma, you need to have confidence. But how you want to become somebody like that? Be able to speak like a boss, to be able to speak like a CEO, to be able to speak like a founder, because you deserve that. But you don't realize the opportunity that lies on the table, that you need to undergo transformations from point A to point B. You need to realize the dream that you have, the dream that you desire. You have a lot of opportunities, that you have a lot of potential. This year is the year for you to make it happen into reality. When speaking like a boss, it just seems like a tool. It's more than a tool. And let me tell you a story. When I finished my graduations, I worked in the fresh entry levels in the corporate world. But then something happens. I feel like I don't belong to that company. I feel like this is not something that I've learned in the university, and I just have this job just to find money. And I'm working from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Just imagine that 6 days in a row, how stressful and how tired I am. But eventually, I found out that I need to have an identity. I need to shift my mindset. Instead of becoming just a normal worker, just a mere worker, I want to become boss. And as such, I try to change my perspective. I read books. I read a lot of books. And I learned how to alter my ego. I learned to surface out my identity that I want to become. That's the point. All of that changed. And just within 6 months, my department become the number one department in the stores for 6 consecutive months, top selling. We earn more than 1 million every month. Can just imagine it. Just because I choose to speak like a boss. When speaking like a boss, you can inspire people, you can motivate people, you can help your team to achieve the outcome that they want. They want money. Then tells them, if you want money, you need to work hard. You need to find clients, you need to find customers, you need to find sales. And eventually, when the company makes profit, you can earn from that reputation, build up your career level, earn a bonus. That's where everything changed for me. And then when I feel that I have nothing to learn in that corporate environment, I just shift from one company to another company and finally make it my point where I work for Fortune 500 companies as an executive. And then I climb to the career level just by speaking like a boss. Because when you tend to speak like a boss, you learn how to articulate your ideas, you learn how to control your mind, to focus on the target, to achieve the goal that you set in mind. And thank God, all the goals that I set in the early of the year, usually I achieve those kind of goals just in the middle of the year. And I have another 6 months to spend. This way, I just improve myself. I read a lot of books. I attend courses, attend seminars. I try to challenge myself into taking a more hard path, making training sessions, building capabilities with others, inspiring people to become better. And as such, people look into me. And I want you to become like that as well. Because I know that deep inside your heart, you want to become a person that actually can make people around you rely on towards you. And that is what we call a magnetic personal brand, where people just want to listen to whatever the things that you want to say and leans towards you. And you need to understand this. A personal brand is being built by you. It's a reflection about you. It's a thought feeling that people have when you are not around them. When you're absent in the room, people are talking about you about what? That is your personal brand, my friends. If you want to achieve success in your life, if you want to find more customers that worth to be invested to, then you need to speak like a boss. You need to invest in your personal branding to become magnetic. Because magnetic people attract the correct type of audience. When you want to build up such a brand when you want to develop your personal branding in social media, then you need to understand that you need to speak with one type of audience and speak like a boss with authenticity, originality, and simple. If you use a lot of jargon words that people can actually brain whatever the things that you want to say. You're very good in English. I understand that. That if people can't understand whatever the things that you want to say, how you want to get your message to come across and touch their soul. This is actually one of the most pain point that I face with my clients. They came towards me and said, Farace, we have trouble in finding our clients. We got a lot of leads, but they are not converting. And I said that how you approach them. And they're just telling about the features of their products, their services, they're very good at. But the thing is that, don't you think about your clients? Don't you think about your customers, about your bosses, about your superiors, or about your managers? How they want, what's their expectations, what they want from you. In order for you to speak like a boss, you need to understand that what your team wants from you, what your customer wants from you. Delivers that. Instead of rambling here and there about your services, about your product, about how good they are, about how benefits they are to them, just tell them how it will be if they choose to choose you. If they choose to become your partner and work towards their goal, how can they achieve their goal in just a short period of time? That's the way you frame it. And the way you frame things is better compared to the product itself. And this is one of the things that I've learned. When you want to speak like a boss, you need to frame those kind of things in a very different way that actually relates to people. When you want to sell some books, don't just tell that this book is very good, but actually tells them, this book changed my life and it could change your life too. If you choose to buy it, if you choose to read it, it might change your life because this book has changed my life and I want your life to change as well. Just imagine that. If somebody tells you that, will you buy those kind of books? Yes, isn't it? Because you want to change your life. So you need to speak directly to your customer. You need to speak directly to your bosses and speak like a boss. With authenticity, original, and simple. Choose the right words, not ample of words. Just choose limited amount of words. The less the better, because people's brain can actually work faster when you give limited information. And just let the imagination flow into their customers, to their mind, to their soul. You just need to touch their soul by speaking like a boss. You just need to touch their soul to get them to bulk into you, to buy your services, to make you a better employer and give you opportunities to find your next career ladder. And I hope it's helped, because it helped me, and I believe it can help you too.